Yes. Good morning, Spiritual Center of the Desert. Those in the room, those online, we welcome you to our Sunday service. How you doing? How y'all doing? Excuse me, how are you doing? Oh, so much better. You're alive. You're alive. Well, my partner in crime has one more Sunday off, and that's today. Next week, Dr. Laura will be with us with Tales of Hawaii, I am sure. So we'll get to hear all about her trip. But this week, it's Reverend William and I holding down the fort, and Reverend William has an amazing talk for you. I am excited to hear what he says. So on that note, who is here for the very first time? Anybody? Just stand up. Just stand up. We're not gonna ask you questions. Good morning.
You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
I know there's at least one other person who's here for the first time, and they don't want to stand up, and that's okay. I get it. So we're a non-denominational spiritual community that's all about love and just honoring all faith traditions. You know, we practice something called Science of Mind, which is a very open-minded spiritual philosophy. We love everybody, we accept everybody, and we're here just to have a good time, really, and expand our consciousness. So we welcome you. I will be at the welcome table that's outside in the foyer, not the foyer, we're out in the breezeway today because the temperatures have dropped. So if you and anybody else who is here for the first time would like to come by the table, get some material, a gift, I think we have a beautiful book by I almost called you Reverend, you might as well be one, by Christine Cummings. She's a practitioner here. She'll be giving our opening prayer today. She wrote a beautiful book, and she's gifted it to our people who are here for the first time. So just come see me. I'll give you that book, answer any questions, and you can sign up to be on our email list if you like. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I have a couple live announcements. I'll make it really quick. The first one is, Reverend William, could you... Thank you. So our center has opened up to the Historical Society of Palm Desert because they're our neighbor and we want to support them. And we're having an event here. It's actually a lecture event that they have on Fridays. And we're going to be having, his name is Luke Luschner, and he's a historian, and he's going to talk about the history of Palm Desert. So, you know, he's going to have some really cool photos and information. So it's open up to everybody. We'd love for you to join us. It's on Friday, October 25th. That's why we're not having sound immersion. It'll be here 6 p.m. at the center. Just come by. You don't need to RSVP. But we would like to fill up the sanctuary in support of them. And it would be neat to see how this beautiful desert has evolved over the years. So join us if you're interested. And another announcement, okay, so you all know we're having a holiday arts and crafts fair in early November. Well, Adair told me that they want to do something nice for the center and have a bake sale. So if you're interested in baking something for the fair, we would love to have you bring your goodies, your special things that you make around this time of year or any time of year, because all the proceeds are going to go to the center. If you're interested, Adair, would you stand up, please? Just see Adair after service. You'll probably be out in the patio area with me, okay? So go see her after service, and we would just love to have as many of you as you can to bring your baked goods so we can raise a little money for the center and have fun and feed people and just have a good time. So I think that's it for my live announcements. We'll go to our recorded announcements, and then these beautiful singers and the band will start us off. Thank you.
Here are this week's announcements for Spiritual Center of the Desert. If you're going through something in your life right now and would like spiritual support, please go to the Om Room after service and a practitioner will pray for you. Coming up this week at the center, on Monday at 9 a.m., it's Qigong with Lou in Costa Hall. On Tuesday at 11:30 a.m., Dr. Laura has her book study in Costa Hall. Since she's on vacation, this group will be led by Reverend David. Also on Tuesday, Healing Hearts meets at 4 p.m. in Costa Hall. This group is led by Christine Cummings and Barbara Stenning. On Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., we have our monthly drum circle with Reverend William. Please take note that you must bring your own drum or an instrument that goes with a drum circle. On Thursday at 9 a.m., join Dr. Dale for her virtual Sacred Circle. You can find the Zoom link on our website. On Saturday at 12:30 p.m., Spirit of Women has their monthly gathering in the sanctuary. Our presenter this month is Deanne Young. She'll be teaching us about mindfulness. And next Sunday after service, it's karaoke brunch. This is free to everybody, and there's no need to RSVP. Just show up for the fun. Please save the date for the following events. On Wednesday, October 23rd at 6:30 p.m., join Dr. Laura, Dr. Dale, and Reverend William for cocktails and conversation. And look who's back. Dr. Joe is going to be our very special guest on Sunday, October 27th. Our Holiday Arts and Crafts Fair is just around the corner. Saturday and Sunday, November 9th and 10th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you'd like to be a vendor, please see Adair after service or call the office. Also at the fair, there will be adoptable pets. The Coachella Valley Animal Campus is bringing dogs and cats for you to adopt, so make sure you come and take one home with you. Please pick up an October calendar in the foyer so you see what's going on the rest of the month. If you have any questions or you'd like more information, please call us at 760-346-4649 or visit our website at pdspiritualcenter.org. Have a great week.
Times in my life I've been wondering why. Still somehow I believe we'd always survive. Now I'm not so sure you're waiting here. One good reason to try. What more can I say? What's left to provide? You think that maybe it's over, only if you want it to be. Are you gonna wait for a sign? Your miracle. Stand up and fight. This is it. Make no mistake when you are. This is it. Your back's in the corner. This is it. Don't be a fool anymore. This is it. The waiting is over. No room to run. No way to hide. No time for wondering why. It's here. The moment is now. About to decide. Let them believe, leave them behind. Keep me near to your heart. No, whatever you do, I'm here by your side.
Check one. All right. I love this life. We only have one chance at it. And it's our choice, whether it's a catastrophe or whether it's a fun opportunity. This point in our service is where we go into meditation. We go and sing some quiet songs to bring that energy down, to allow us to set down this past week's burden and become anew, fresh, with love, with joy. So as we sing the song, just allow that weight to become off your shoulders. Then we'll go into a quiet time of about 2 minutes. If it's uncomfortable, that's okay. Just sit in it. The idea is not to think about anything, but to allow the thoughts to come in and out of our consciousness, not to take root and not to take hold. Allow these thoughts to come in and out of your consciousness, always staying steadfast, calm, and relaxed. So just be in this very moment. Take a deep breath in with me and relax. Take another deep breath in.
There's quite enough love for one like me, and in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me, and there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, oh Spirit, is in this very in this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us, and in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us, and there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, oh Spirit, is in this very room. And in this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, oh Spirit, is in this very room.
How blessed we are to gather in this very room in this loving, caring, sharing spiritual community, and online too. And I invite you to affirm with me with faith and trust that we and all others are safely navigating the storms of life. And let us also affirm together that God, the creator, maintainer, and sustainer of all that is, the connecting power of the cosmos, is the tie that binds us together in the sweet communion of oneness. We are inseparably one. Although the storms of life come in many forms of discord, danger, disease, and darkness, light is always ready to illuminate our footsteps and help us recognize that Spirit's light, love, and peace reside in our hearts and are ready to be recognized and allowed to express. Let us have full faith and trust that no matter how things may appear in our lives, the lives of our loved ones, our country, our world, and especially for those recovering from recent hurricanes, the Master Weaver has in mind a grand design for good. Despite devastation and loss, including power, our true power is that divine light, our protector, director, corrector, redirector, that we can always count on and connect with. Let us agree to take our inspired action steps one thing at a time, as Reverend William inspires us to. I gratefully envision that each of us picks up our unique thread and does our divinely directed part, one loving, caring, sharing stitch at a time. And as we do so, hearts and lives are healed. Acceptance, the pathway to a peaceful existence, and appreciation arise for the outpouring of God's bounty and grace that shows up to help replace what was lost, repair what remains, and restore faith that God is our source, substance, supply, and support no matter what. I give thanks for the power of community working together for the highest good of all. As I release this prayer with faith to law's mighty manifestation, and so it is.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. I awake to this holy silence. I hear all that has never been said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. I awake to this holy silence, and I hear all that has never been said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself, and you find God, you find yourself. And we find God, we find ourselves. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. One people living Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to our faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright.
Oh. Another week. I just love my job. The lighting, video, all that good stuff. So, gentlemen, ladies, everyone, thank you. A round for our band. Unbelievable. We are so blessed to have this type of talent here each and every week. It truly gives, I know for us in the office, such inspiration. And I'm sure that it gives you inspiration throughout the week. And please bring all your friends. All right, one thing at a time. That's what my talk is about. And it's kind of on the heels of what I talked about my last time, the bridge. And it was so wonderful. Christine, thank you very much for your prayer. That was absolutely wonderful. She really brought in and tied in last talk and this talk when you talked about the bridge. That was wonderful. This is what I'm talking about, people. Divine right order. Regardless of what's going on, what we teach here is that there's only one thing happening, and that's the perfect unfoldment of spirit. And the fact that she didn't even talk to me about what she was going to do, or other than she knew that what my talk title was, she, through her divine inspiration, created that prayer. And that is what I hope that we are doing here to each and every one of you, is to inspire you to your own divinity, your own birthright, that we are not stuck anywhere. So let's get started. The human brain is designed to focus on one thing at a time. So multitasking is actually a series of rapid task switches. Now, anybody here do multitasking and believes in that? I'm telling you, I do. Well, it's funny that the first thing when I looked this up was the human brain is designed to focus on one thing at a time. What do we teach here? For those of you who are new, we teach that there's only one thing happening at any given time, and that is spirit. the universe, nature, whatever you want to call that higher power, it doesn't care because it isn't a person, place, or thing. It is that energy that is within each and every one of us. So I love the fact that this first slide says one thing at a time. So let's see some stuff about this sort of stuff. Each time you switch tasks, your brain has to turn off cognitive rules for the previous task and turn on new ones. Kind of like turning off a light switch in one room and going to turn on the light switch in the other one. Now you got to run back to the other room. Now you got to turn this light off and turn this one back on. It's kind of the same thing, but it happens in our head. The process is called goal shifting, and it takes time. I never knew that. And we're talking microseconds or milliseconds or just a couple seconds. But that sort of stuff adds up, doesn't it? Here we are supposed to be productive and being, efficient. There we go. Efficient with our time and our mental capacity on how we're living our life, that it doesn't seem very efficient. Next. So what are the cons? Well, let's go see what they say. Increase the likelihood of making mistakes up by 12.5 for 12.6. Guilty. I don't know about you, but this is a talk about me. All right. Decrease productivity by 40%. Has anybody ever experienced that by doing multitasking? Yes. I tell you what, it's very interesting, all this sort of stuff. And then what else do we have? Make more mistakes and have to repeat tasks that lead to lower quality of work. I know for myself that when I've done multiple things, I'm starting something in one part of the room, and now I got to go do something in the kitchen. Oh, shoot, I just put a red sock in with my white clothes, and now everything's pink. Man, you can't bleach that out, I tell you what. So now I get to go do tie-dye now. So those of you who think, oh, I do multitasking and I'm very good. Well, great. According to the American Society of Employers, only 2.5% of the population is able to multitask efficiently. That means 2.5 people out of every 100. I love that. Thank you. I didn't think that was that big of a laugh, but I'll take it. But it's so funny how that is. Here we are as a collective thinking that multitasking is the way to be productive. And why is that? Well, I was watching something the other day, and there's basically only 4 true emotions or states of being. That is happy, that's sad, that is fear, and now I can't think of the 4th one. No. That's part of happy. Anyway, there's a 4th one. I'm not going to waste my time on this. But basically, being in fear of your job or what you're doing, that you're not adequate enough, makes you buy into the fact that you have to multitask, to seem busy. And that's so true. I find with myself that, yes, I'm very busy doing stuff, but actually doing a task, it seems that half the time, like I said, 40% of the time, I'm bouncing back and forth between the 2 tasks. But if I was able to stay focused on just one thing at a time, I would be more productive, it would be done in a correct manner, and less mistakes happen. Story time. Talking about all this multitasking. Went to Home Depot to get some paint. So I'm in the middle of doing this nice big job, and I've got to go to Home Depot because I've got all this stuff I've got to do, and I need to get more paint. Well, I go in to go get more paint, and as I walk in, there before me, sale. Ooh. And Home Depot is the toy store for guys. So I go in and I start, I like this. I'm going to pick up some of that. And then I realize, wait a minute. I need to get some tape. I need some of that stuff over here. And then I need some more construction paper to basically protect everything. I don't want to get painted, so I pick that. And I go up to the register, and I'm going in, and I'll check myself out, do everything. Yes, I'll take one plastic bag for 10 cents, put everything in, and start walking to the car. And I'm strolling, because I'm looking pretty good. Put everything in the car, open up the bag. Where the hell is my paint? Because I'm thinking about everything that I've got to be doing, and then things are catching my eyes. I'm not focused on the one thing that I'm there for, and that's the paint. So guess what? Got to go get the paint. It's kind of like Eeyore. It looks like paint. Oh, God. Anyway. The outer world is an inner journey. If you're open, the messages are all around. Spirit is always creating connections, and we need to recognize this truth. Right at the beginning of this talk, it talked about one thing at a time. Again, we talk about there's only one true life. We are just divine aspects of that life. Think of it like this, for those of you who are new. If existence or spirit was a diamond, each and every one of us are a facet on that diamond. It has its own unique perspective on its life. It reflects life differently than the next facet to it. Even though it's the same thing, it acts, it perceives, it projects different life, different light, different moods, different ideas, but it's still just one thing. And that is a diamond. So each and every one of us are that facet of that perfection, that diamond that we call spirit. Time management or mind management. That's what we're really talking about here. When you're talking about multitasking and trying to go on and be more productive, you're worried about the things at hand, the things that you physically have to do. But when you stay in that sense of perfection that you are the antithesis of spirit, divinely expressing as each and every one of us, there's no time management needed because everything happens perfectly in the natural sequential order that it needs to. The difference between each and every one of us is our mindset. What we imprint upon spirit, spirit must and can only say yes to whatever it is that we are thinking. So it is a mind management more so than a time management. What are you thinking about as your day's going along? How are you thinking of life? Are you loving your job or are you dreading it? Do you love coming home to your family? Or do you go, maybe not, maybe one more time around the block? But it's true. How you view, how you mentally think about life, Spirit says yes and gives you more of it. And that's what we do here on Sundays, is to give you inspiration, to show you the truth of who each and every one of you are, to help you recognize maybe faulty thinking and allow you to see the perfection of who and each of us are, and have the cognitive ability to recognize that shortfall and not to beat ourselves up, but to say, yes, I choose something different. I choose something better, because there's only right here and right now. We often are futurizing what our life is supposed to be. You know, especially I know in high school, you know, I've got to get to that, well, not me. My parents said, oh, well, I've got to get to this school right here. I've got to do this. I've got to get these grades because, you know, I've got to get into the Citadel. You know, that was the big thing. And believe me, after 18 years, I retired the military, a major military brat. But-um-bump. Okay. Not very many military people here. A spiritual life is more productive. You are using the very life essence of all things, just what I was talking about. When you come from the standpoint, that reality that you are the divine aspect of that one life, there's nothing really to truly worry about. Yes, there's things that we want to accomplish, but those are aspirations. Those are divine inspiration from that one source going, yes, each of us are that aspect of life. And it's that divine essence that is giving you ideas, that inspiration from down in here. Now, sometimes a lot of us, and I know that I've been guilty of this in the past, where I squash those ideas thinking, no, it doesn't fit into what I've got to do today because, again, I'm multitasking. I'm thinking about, I've got to do this, or I need to accomplish this. This place teaches you that, yes, you each are the action of spirit, but it is the divine ideal that's within each and every one of us that gives us the inspiration to complete those tasks, to become that artist, to become that rocket scientist, to become whatever it is you want to be. But when you come and realize that inspiration that you get deep inside of you is a divine inspiration, hold more weight to it. Give it more credence. Take a look at it. Examine it. And you just might find that that creates an opportunity to propel you into something greater than if you were to have to do it by yourself. Because I'm here to tell you that none of us are truly alone. Because you have the divine ideal embedded into your DNA. Having a game plan is wonderful. However, to open, I love my life. Having a game plan is wonderful. However, be open to all inspiration around you. That goes into what I was just talking about. You are not alone. Didn't I just say that each of us are that divine aspect, that facet of that same diamond? Why not be open to the possibility to a complete stranger, someone that you've never seen in your life before, say something that resonates with you? I can just say this for myself, it has happened more often than not. And I have friends who are very standoffish, very quiet. They are very private. I don't want people knowing my stuff. You know, that's my stuff. But me, I'm an open book. I tell everybody everything, and some of my friends are just like, why do you do that? Because I realize the divine nature of life, that we are all the one thing happening, individualized and expressing differently. So where I might be having a shortcoming in figuring out a problem or there's an obstacle in my life, some stranger at Home Depot might be saying something, and because I overheard and I pay attention to everything, they might say one word, not a sentence, not a paragraph, one word that unlocks that potential that was already inside of me. But because I had this mind instead of this mind running the show, it kept it locked and hidden. So open up your mind here and keep it here and allow the universe to conspire for your highest and best good. Just like at a stop sign, look both ways. We teach safety in driving it. And I'm hoping that every one of us do that even to this day. You come up to a stop sign, and you look left, you look right, you look left again, and then you move cautiously forward. So anyway, that little example is life. I love how life gives me clues to the divine truth of life itself. When we come up to a problem, that's a stop sign. I am stopped because I can't figure out how to move forward. But I look left and I look right, there's other things happening off to the side, which if I was able to go straight, I'm only focused like a like a horse with the blinders on, that I'm not able to see the opportunities that Spirit is laying along my sides, like the flowers along the freeway. You're driving 90 miles, you're driving 100 miles an hour down the road. You can't see the flowers. You only see the pavement, those lines coming one after another, after another, after another. So repetitive, so boring, so I'm lost. And then, I forgot my exit because I was so focused on everything that I had to do instead of being present in the moment. Life and your life is unfolding right now. Be present with every step. I like that. Now I'm wondering, is this a grammatically correct sentence? I'm sure that some people would probably say, no, that's not, because you're talking about two subjects, life and life. You're talking two subjects. You can't be is. It's got to be an are. And that just drives me nuts. But what life and your life is this life. Capital L, little l, I-F-E. Spirit's life and your life are not two separate things. It's one thing happening. So life and your life is unfolding right now. Be present at every step. Yes, have a game plan. Have an idea of where you want to be or what you want to experience. But you can't keep yourself in that mindset off in the distance, off at that next mountaintop. You have to know the pathway. You have to know each and every step on your path, but being open to the detours, because it's those detours that may be a shorter path to that idea that you want to experience than what you thought you could do on your own. It's stuff like this that caused me to become what I am today. Because if I can do this, I know each and every one of you can do this. Say this with me. I am divinely guided to those who are divinely guided for my highest and best good. Come on, people. I mean, you did something earlier in the service, and we're like, woo-hoo, at the very beginning. Let's say this with some gusto and with some feeling, huh? From the gut, abdomen, from the abdomen. I am divinely guided to those who are divinely guided for my highest and best good. Loving life, one heartbeat at a time. That is what we teach here. That is how to live your life. Changing minds. You don't have to change anyone's mind except your own. Realize the potential that each and every one of you are. Live from that divine aspect and that energy. And loving life, one heartbeat at a time, you change people, not because you're forcing them, but because they are inspired to become, I want more of what they're having. Like what was that movie? I'll have what she's having. Yeah. Where the heck did that come from? I swear to God, I love this. Be divinely inspired. Be true to who you are. Listen to that divine love in your heart. Live from that authentic self. Be that facet, that perfection of light, reflecting life of that diamond that we call spirit. One thing at a time. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to be, is one thing. That is spirit in action. Thank you.
Now he has to go back and get the... Thank you, Reverend William. That was really inspiring and wonderful. Thank you for bringing your energy so present to us all. I would like to invite the ushers to come forward to the stage right now, and this is the time where we prepare our love offering. Your love offering is so important because it allows us to do what we love doing here. And it's not just Sunday. We are doing something every day of the week to support this spiritual community. And so we thank you for giving of yourself so generously, because it allows us to be even more generous, because we're all about giving and receiving. And we are excited that this next year that we're entering into, we just know that this center is going to become even more alive and more a part of this world and this beautiful Coachella Valley. So thank you for being who you are. And I want to thank these beautiful people here, Bud and Leanne and Mimi, who's a practitioner and runs our concierge program and the front desk, and Barbara Stenning, who is a board member. Oh, and Bud's a board member too. Sorry about that. And Barbara, who's a board member, and she also co-leads it's Healing Hearts, which is a grief group. And Annie, our practitioner, who's been here since, as we say, since Moses was on the scene. I'm just teasing. That was just a joke. And then beautiful Christine Cummings, who's a practitioner extraordinaire and gave us a beautiful opening prayer. All right, so let's just bless where's my slides, Reverend William? All right. I'm working here. We need to work together, man. Anyways, I will just say thank you for what you're giving today, and we're going to bless your offerings so that we know that they are going where they need to go to be of the greatest service for our community. Please say this with me. I offer this gift with joy and gratitude. I receive freely and give freely, knowing the law of circulation is working perfectly in my life and the life of this center.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, then something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
Thank you. I was getting all caught up. I love that song. So thank you again for what you've placed in the basket. And for those of you online, you can give through our website. There's just a donate button right there at the top, and that gets money to our center. So any way you can get some financial good our way, we're more than happy to receive your good and to recirculate it into the world, because that's what it is about. So let's bless this offering right now. Please join with me. We bless this collective offering and receive it with gratitude, knowing it is spirit in action. As this currency flows through our center and beyond, it blesses many lives, including my own. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for collecting that money. So I want to close this service with gratitude, because that's my favorite feeling state to steep into, because with gratitude, the world comes alive and our lives change for the better. Because when you're in gratitude, you can't be in fear, you can't be in any other feeling except the gratitude for this life that we are and who we are. So I want to thank everybody who came to service today. Those of you that came online, thank you for bringing your consciousness and your life to us, because together in this oneness, we make the amazing happen just by honoring each other, loving each other, and supporting each other on this thing called life here on earth. I want to thank the band. I want to thank Bob and Jeff and Scott for leading all of the dogs and cats, and Bob back there. Thank you. And our beautiful singers, Mike and Alicia and Lizzie. You guys always bring your A games, and we're so grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Aren't they great? They're so inspiring. And I want to thank Reverend William. He's waiting for you out there. I want to thank Reverend William for just showing up as he does, so inspiring and real and wonderful. I'm so grateful to co-lead with him. So thank you, Reverend William. Christine Cummings, who I loved your prayer. I got so into your prayer today. It was so beautiful. Everything you said was so just enlightened and inspiring. So thank you for being who you are. And yes, thank you. The guys in the back, Barry and Stephanie in the way back, and Elizabeth, who makes this place hum and just be what it is today by supporting all of us and doing such a great job managing so many different things at our center. Thank you, Elizabeth. She's in the bookstore probably right now. I also want to remind you, if you are in need of prayer, if you've got something that is just needs some prayer on it, whether you're going through a challenge or something wonderful is coming to life for you, go to our own room. I think some of the practitioners are here. Some might be already over there. Go visit them. They'd love to give you a prayer and watch your life change for the better. And also, for those of you who are new to that one person who was courageous, if anybody else is also here for the first time, see me in the patio area, and I'll talk to you, give you some information, a book, and just sign you up if you want to be on our e-blast list. So I think that's all that I need to say. I just want to close with a final prayer just to set our energy and anchor us into what Reverend William was talking about, that one thing. Ernest Holmes was very clear that we all have a different idea about spirit. Some of us see it as a person. Some of us see it as an energy field. Some of us see it as just life. Some of us see it in a sunset. So whatever that one thing is for you, I invite you now just to put your hand on your heart and feel that life force that is love, that is energy, that is spirit, that is everywhere, present all the time. As I recognize that truth and recognize that that spirit is alive and well within all of us, all beings, all circumstances, as Dr. Tom said, there is no spot where God is not. And so as I recognize that truth right now, I see that energy of spirit coming to the surface for us to live into, to recognize it at the stop sign, to look both ways and see that there is something trying to speak to us, something trying to get our attention. That one thing that speaks of love and peace and joy, compassion, generosity, goodness, all those qualities of spirit that are always present. We see them today and every day. As we relax into the flow of our lives and raise our vision up to a higher way of seeing that there is a divine pattern unfolding, there is balance and order in our universe. And as we see that and recognize that, things come into greater clarity. And so I'm just knowing for all of us, a week in which we can feel the love inside and around us, where we make really good decisions based on Spirit's guidance. And so I know as we stand in this state of just surrendering to the one, that we're allowing ourselves to be even more of who we are authentically, and trust in what is coming to light for us to move forward in our lives together as one world, one love, one humanity that really just wants to have a life of peace. And so I just know that Spirit's figuring that out, as we just figure out who we are and stand in the energy of Spirit that grounds us and guides us rightly. And so knowing that everything truly is always unfolding in its right and perfect way through divine right action and order, I now release my word as law, knowing the law is bringing forth the most amazing demonstrations of its goodness through us, in us, as us, and into this world we live in. And so knowing that we're ready to move into the rest of our days, I just say thank you, as we affirm by saying together, and so it is. Amen. Have a wonderful week, everybody. I will see you maybe Wednesday, maybe Sunday. I don't know, but join us when you can. Have a good one.
You don't know me, but I'm your brother. I was raised here in this living hell. You don't know my kind in your world. Very soon the time sing.